So the next thing is so the terms comes like odds in favor, and odds against an event. Okay, so odds in favor and odds against an event. So if I write, what do we mean by this? So suppose there is an event E. So you can say, or if I write the language. So if you can say if A is the number of favorable outcome of E, okay, and B be the number of outcomes against E. Okay, so means suppose if you consider the case of suppose tossing a die or throwing a die, so outcomes can be 1 to 6. So event E, suppose event E I say even number. So there are 3 even numbers and 3 odd numbers. So against E matlab means if event E is getting even number, so there are 2, 4, 6 will be in favor to even, and the opposite of even is odd. So this will be against E. So if A is the number of favorable outcome of E and B be the number of outcomes against E, then we want to define actually, then we say then we say odds are in favor to E is A upon B, and yeah, odds in favor to E this, and odds against E is, so what will be against E?
B by A.
Yes, B by A. Okay, so we define in this way. So odds in favor and odds against. Okay, so you got it. Odds in favor to E. So you have seen A upon B. Odds against E is B upon A. Okay, this is a term used in probability. So means favor means how many in support, how many against. Okay, in opposite, against, one support. Okay, so see what they asked actually. Okay, Okay, if they ask you in same case, probability of occurrence of E, then what will be probability of occurrence of E? So how many events are in favor?
A.
Yeah, A. And how many total outcomes are there?
A plus B.
A plus B, right? So probability of event, you already know the formula. It's a number of element in E or number of outcomes favorable to E upon total number of outcomes. So number of outcomes favorable to E was A and total are A plus B, because total means either favorable or not favorable, both. Okay. Similarly, you know, probability of non-occurrence of E. Non-occurrence of E means E event will not occur. So what is the probability that event E will not occur? So how many outcomes was against E?
B.
B. And total is
A plus
A plus B. So you can say probability of E complement. You can say E complement, E bar or E dash. So whatever way you feel, you can put E dash also. So this is 1 minus probability of E, it happens. So B upon A plus B. So this is non-occurrence. So seems there are two terms here. So A outcomes were in favor of E and B were against E. So odds, you will write A upon B in favor and odds against B upon A. If they ask you probability of E, then A upon A plus B. Probability of non-occurrence, the probability of E complement, and that will be B upon A plus B. Okay, so let us try a few questions based on this. So two dice are tossed together, okay? So let me write. So the question is, two dice are tossed together. So two dice are tossed together. The odds in favor of the odds in favor of odds in favor of some of the numbers, some of the numbers. So odds in favor of some of the numbers on them as 2 are. So what will be the answer? So 1 is to 36. B option is 1 is to 35. C option is 35 is to 1. And D option is 36 is to 1. So this is easy question. You try it and tell me the answer.
A.
A, okay. So yeah, what about others?
B.
B, okay. So two dice are tossed together. Okay, so how many elements will be in sample space? You already know 1, 1, 1, 2, and till 6, 6. So total elements in sample space is 36. But the odds in favor of some of the numbers as 2. So let me name E as sum of the number is 2. Sum of the numbers is 2. So how many events are there in which sum is 2?
One comma.
1, 1.
Only one outcome, that is 1 comma 1. So in favor, how many outcomes are in favor of E? How many are in favor of E? 1. And how many are against E?
35.
How many?
35.
35.
Yeah, 35. There are total 36. So one outcome is in favor of E, and rest 35 are against E. So they don't ask you probability, they just ask you odds. So odds in favor of E. So odds in favor of E. So you know already. So odds in favor of E is equal to. So you know how many outcomes are in favor? 1. How many against? 35. So answer is 1 is to 35. This is odds they ask. They don't ask you probability. If they did ask you what is probability of occurrence of E, that will be 1 upon 36. But they ask you odds. Okay, so answer is B. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so next question. Let me write next question. So let me question number 2. So the question is, a party of 23 persons take their seats at a round table. A party of 23 person take their seat. A party of 23 persons take their seats at a round table. At a round table, the odds against two person, the odds against two person sitting together. The odds against two persons sitting together are, yeah, so options 10:1, second option 1:11, third option 9:10, and the fourth option 1:10. Okay, so let me start solving. So a party of 23% take their seats in a round table. Round table means circular permutation. They do not sit on a line. So that will be linear permutation, but on a round table. So means it is circular permutation. So tell me, what is formula of circular permutation of n distinct object? Yeah, what is the circular permutation of n distinct objects? Anyone remembers? Okay, do you remember n permutation of n object? Linear permutation. There are two things. You can make sit n persons on a line. Suppose you want to sit them on a line, n persons. Other way you want to make sit them on a circular table. So they are different thing. So if this is called linear permutation, है ना? Or simple word we say only permutation. So you want to make seat n persons on a line. So that will be linear permutation. And this is called circular permutation. So what is the linear permutation of n distinct objects? What is circular permutation of n distinct objects? Are you getting now? There is a table and you want to make them sit around the table. So how many way you can do that arrangement? बताओ भाई, if you don't know, you can tell directly you don't know. Do you know or not?
No, sir.
Okay. कुछ तो बोलो. So the linear permutation of n different object is n factorial. You also know, I think, npn. That is also called npn, n factorial. And the circular permutation of n object is npn upon n only. So we divide by n because you can make different n linear permutation will contribute only one circular permutation. So that's why the answer, I'm directly taking the answer. Answer is n minus 1 factorial. So answer for the above question is n minus 1 factorial. Okay, the circular permutation of n distinct object is n minus 1 factorial. Okay, so there are 23 persons. So how many way you can arrange them on a circular table or round table?
Factorial.
Total circular permutation of 23 persons. So in mathematical sense, person is also object. So 23 object is 23 minus 1, 22 factorial. So you don't need to find all the value. So that will be too large number. Okay, total circular permutation of 23 person is 22 factorial. Now they asked you in the question the odds against two persons sitting together. Now you want two person to sit together. Now the permutation when two person always sit together. On round table. Okay, so what is the difference? If two persons sit together, you will take them, suppose two person, you will assume them one only. So like if I say, suppose this is the person and there are this 2%. Okay. So suppose I make this 2% always sit together. So you keep it, you tie them, okay, by the rope or something, like you can think like that. So you always keep them together. So you tie it, and you have 23 persons now, and 2 persons you want to sit them together. So that 2% you will assume as one. That 2% you will assume as only one, because you always want them to be together. So now how many objects I have? I had 23 objects. Okay, but these two I will keep as one. I will assume it as one object. So how many objects I have now?
22.
22, right? Because 2 plus 21. So I will keep them, this 2% I will assume only one. So we have 22 objects now. 22 objects can be arranged in 21 factorial ways on a round table. So circular permutation of n object is n minus 1 factorial. So because of that way, 22 persons can be arranged in 21 factorial way. And since we tied 2% and we assumed them one, but they also can change their position, like A, B, B, A, both will be different permutation. So that 2% we tied together can also arranged in 2 factorial ways. So that's why I'm multiplying 2 factorial ways. One arrangement can be A will be left of B, other maybe B is left of A, like this. So there will be, they can arrange that 2% together can arrange in 2 factorial ways. So this is the number of way in which 2 persons can sit together. Okay, so we find a total permutation and we find it when they are together. But since they didn't ask us probability, if they ask you what is the probability they will sit together, we'll divide by that. But they asked us odds against 2 persons. Okay, so 2% together. So let me call E as 2% together. Okay, together. So what do we get? Odds or outcomes in favor, outcomes in favor to E, that we got here, and this was favor, means together. So that is 21 factorial into 2 factorial, and outcomes against E, outcome against E. So how many outcomes are against E? You have total outcomes, right? Total minus that favored. So total outcome we had, oh, this is 21 factorial. Okay, that was a 21 factorial. Yeah, so 22 factorial is total number of permutation, minus you subtract permutation that are in favor, so that will be against, right? So total permutation minus favored, you know, outcomes in favor, so that will be outcomes against. Now you want odds against E, not in favor. Okay, you want odds against it. So means outcomes against upon outcomes in favor, right? The formula is outcome against upon outcomes in favor. Okay, so outcomes against. So how many outcomes are against? So that is 22 factorial minus 21 factorial into 2 factorial upon outcomes in favor. So that is 21 factorial into 2 factorial. So let us simplify this. So you can simplify it. 22 factorial can be written as 22 into 21 factorial minus 21 factorial, and 2 factorial is 2 only, upon 21 factorial into 2. So what you can do in the numerator, you can take common 21 factorial. In the numerator, you can take common 21 factorial. So you left with 22 minus 2 upon 21 factorial into 2. So that cancels. So 20 upon 2 you are left, 10 upon 1. So what you find it? Odds against, right? So outcomes against, outcome in favor. So answer is 10:1. Answer is 10:1. It was against, okay? So in favor will be 1:10. So is it clear? You look at once. First, I find a total permutation that was 22 factorial. Then permutation when they are together, that was 21 factorial into 2 factorial. So outcomes in favor of E. E I take 2 persons are together. So outcomes in favor of E was 21 factorial into 2 factorial. Outcomes against was total minus in favor. And then odds against E means outcomes against E upon outcomes in favor. If they ask you odds in favor of E, so outcomes in favor upon outcomes against. So is it clear, or you want to ask any question? You have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, if you have any doubt, you can just, I used one formula. The circular permutation of n distinct object is n minus 1 factorial. Okay, so let me go to the next topic now. So you have few formulas, you know already. So suppose this box is sample space and this is event A. So outside is event A dash, or you can say E, then E dash. So this is event E and outside event is E dash. So you know probability of E dash is equal to what in terms of probability?
Number of elements of E dash upon sample space.
Hmm? Speak loudly, I could not hear.
Number of elements of E dash upon sample space.
Right. So in terms of E, how will you write? In terms of probability of E, that is fine. Number of element in E dash upon number of element in sample space. And number of element in E dash is number of element in sample space minus number of elements in E upon number of element in S. So I wanted to ask you this one. You divide it to number of element in S upon number of element in S minus number of element in E upon number of element in S. That is 1 minus probability of E. So I wanted to ask this formula. So probability of E dash is 1 minus probability of E. Okay, so that one formula you know. Okay, next is this is sample space. This is E, this is F. Suppose this is E and this is F. So you know this portion is what is the name of this portion? What I'm setting?
E intersection F.
Yes, so it is shaded portion is E intersection F, and E union F is whole E or F. You include all. So if I say like this and this, So this shaded portion you are looking this is E union F. Okay. So the black portion is E intersection F, and this color represents E union F. So what I want to know now, what is formula of E union F in general, है ना? So that will be probability of E plus probability of F, but you can see if you take probability of E,
And probability of E intersection F.
Minus probability of E intersection F, because you have taken twice, so you have to subtract it once. So this is one formula, and if E and F are disjoint, E intersection F is 5, means probability of E intersection F will become 0. So in that case, you can put, then probability of E union F will be probability of E plus probability of F. Okay. So if two events are disjoint, so this meaning is disjoint. If E and F are disjoint, so probability of E and F is probability of E plus probability of F. Again, I'm making this. So this is E and this is F. So if you look this portion, only this portion. So what will be name of this portion?
Group elements in E.
So this color, what I've said, is E minus F, or the other name is also E intersection F complement. Okay. So what I want to say, what is probability of E minus F? So what is probability of E minus F?
Probability of E minus probability of E intersection F.
Correct. So probability of E minus probability of E intersection F. Okay. Similarly, you can also write probability of F minus E. So the portion, this one, F minus E. So this is similarly probability of F minus probability of E intersection F. Okay. Then again, if you have three sets, sample space, so E, F, so you call it E, F, and G. So probability of E union F union G. So which portion is this? You include all, like, so either in E or in F or in G. So this portion will be E union F union G. Okay, so what will be formula? So the formula will be
Probability of E plus probability of F plus probability of G minus probability of E intersection F.
minus E intersection F minus F intersection G minus E intersection G plus probability of E intersection F intersection G. So this is a formula. When you take E, so you are taking this complete E circle. When you're taking F, you are complete F circle. Then you are taking G, completely G circle. Now the portion you are taking twice, you subtract it. So you subtracted this portion, and this portion. So you subtracted this common portion how many times? 1, 1, 2, 3. Yes. You added thrice and subtracted thrice. So you have to include it. So that's why you are added once. So this is a formula of probability of E union F union G. Okay. Now there are a few more results, like if A is a subset of B. Subset, you know what happens? Suppose this is sample space. So this is event A and there is another event inside, suppose B. So if A is subset of B, the A is a smaller set than B, then probability of A will be less than equal to probability of B. So if A is subset of B, then probability of A will be less than equal to probability of B. Okay. So we have generalized, like you can write few more result. Probability of A union B will be. So if you see here from this formula, what you can decide, if you compare this number and these two number, which one will be larger? So what I'm saying, probability of A union B and probability of A plus probability of B, which one will be larger?
A plus B.
So if you are taking PA plus PB, you are taking more number, है ना? So this is the equality. Probability of A union B is less than equal to PA plus PB. Similarly, you can also write probability of A union B union C is less than equal to PA plus PB plus PC. Like this. And you can generalize this result also, like probability of union of AI's I from 1 to N is less than equal to summation of probability of AI's I from 1 to N. So you can write in this way also. So for 2, for 3, or for any natural number N. A1, A2, A3, these are events. And you also know probability of A intersection B and probability of A. Which one will be larger?
Probability of A.
So probability of A will be larger. Similarly, probability of A intersection B will be less than equal to probability of B also. So these are some trivial results. And if you know already, I'm repeating, if E and F, or let me say A and B, if AB are mutually exclusive, then probability of A union B is going to be PA plus PB. Okay. If A, B, C are pairwise disjoint or pairwise mutually exclusive, then probability of A union B union C is going to be equal to PA plus PB plus PC. Because the rest term will be zero. Probability of A intersection B, B intersection C, all will be zero. That's why. So when they are disjoint, then this property holds. Otherwise, we have the general formula. You know already, we had a general formula. So this was a general formula for probability of E union F union C, or A union B union C. You can write. Okay, so some you can write like in probability, they will ask you problem in words and you have to convert into mathematical notations. So suppose you have three events. Suppose let A, B, C be three arbitrary event, or EFZ you can take arbitrary events. Then the word means, if they ask you the word like only A occurs, only A occurs. So in symbols, in mathematical symbols, what you can write it in terms of ABC? Only A occurs, like you can see on Venn diagram also. So like suppose A, B, C, this thing. So only A occurs means this portion. Only A occurs. So you can look here, but mathematically, how will you represent? Only A occurs. So these portions can be written mathematically what? In terms of ABC, what you can write? No idea? So you can write A minus B minus C, or you can write A intersection B complement intersection C complement, like this. So A except B and C. So B and C will be excluded from A. Or A intersection B complement intersection C complement. You can take like this. Okay. Corresponding to these three events we are talking, A, B, C. Okay. If they ask you both A and B occurs, but C does not occur. So how will you write mathematically?
A plus B minus C.
Not plus. Set you cannot add, but you can write both AB occurs. So A intersection B means A and B. So you know, end means intersection, or means union. Okay, not means complement. So AB occurs, but C does not occur. You can write like this: A intersection B minus C, or you can write A intersection B intersection C complement. Minus C means C complement. So that will work. Okay. So sets cannot be added. A plus B is meaningless in sets. So A intersection B, A and B both occurs. Okay. So you remember this. Okay. So next is all the three events A, B, C occurs. Yeah, occur.
A intersection B intersection C.
A intersection B intersection C. All three occurs. So all three means intersection. At least one of A, B, C occur. At least one of, okay. So at least one of ABC occurs.
A union B union C.
Yes, A union B union C. Either A or B or C. Or any two or anything, no problem. So A union B union C. At least means A union B union C. Correct. They will say you exactly two of ABC occurs. Exactly two. The out of three, only two should occur.
सर एटलीस्ट वन ऑफ एबीसी अकर ये नहीं समझा.
नहीं समझा? एटलीस्ट वन मीन्स एटलीस्ट मीन्स कम से कम, है ना, मतलब कम से कम एक अगर होगा, या तो एक या दो या तीन, तो उसका मतलब ये हुआ सो जैसे या तो ए या बी या सी, सो इस पोर्शन में से कोई भी अकर हो. So at least means you have to understand union. Either A will occur, or B, or C, or A and B both, or A and C both, or B and C, or A, B and C. So all together. So that will be included in the set A union B union C. Just remember, at least means union. At least one of ABC occurs. So at least one means either A or B or C. Or means union. Okay. So either A or B or C. So A or B or C, or means union. And means intersection. So you just remember this. So at least one means either A will occur, or B or C, or that includes A and B, B and C. That includes, that do not have to say explicitly. So like at least one of A, B occurs. So A union B, A or B occurs. So A union B we write. So if we write A or B, like A or B means A union B. If we write A or B or C, that is A union B union C. That is same as at least one. So at least one means either one or two or all three. So this is same as at least one of ABC occurs. Okay, so you remember this, or you try to understand using this Venn diagram. So at least one of the occurs, either A occurs or B or C. So including all. So this any portion can be, this is at least one occurs. So that is A union B union C. Okay. Exactly two of the ABC occurs. So means what? Two will occur. So like A and B occurs, but C does not occur. Or B and C occurs, but A does not occur. Or means union, and means intersection. So A and C occurs, but B does not occur. So this is the event in which exactly two occurs. So here A and B occurs, C does not occur. Here B and C occurs, A does not occur. Here A and C occurs, but B does not occur. So that is exactly two of them occurs. Okay. Similarly, you can write exactly one of A, B, C occurs. So what will be that? Exactly one occurs. Exactly one. It was exactly two.
A minus B minus C union B minus C minus A union A minus C minus B.
Yeah, correct. So A minus B minus C means A occurs and B and C do not occur. Then B occurs, A and C do not occur, or C occurs and A, B do not occur. So like this. And other way you can write like A intersection B complement intersection C complement, or B intersection A complement intersection C complement, or C intersection A complement intersection B complement, like this. Okay, none of A, B, C occurs.
A union B union C dash.
Yes, that will work. A union B union C complement, or you can write like A union B union C whole dash, and that is same as A complement intersection B complement intersection C complement. Means A will not work and B will not work and C will not work. Means none of them will work. So this is called De Morgan's formula. So what I want to say, A union B union C whole dash is same as A dash intersection B dash. So this formula is called De Morgan's formula. Okay, so A union is the same thing. You can write any one of the thing. A union B union C whole complement, or A complement intersection B complement intersection C complement. This is none of the ABC occurs. Okay, and then left so mostly these are the things. If something new will come, then we'll see in the question. Okay, let's try one question and then we'll solve more problem in next class. So the question is, a box contains 6 okay, if you come to independent thing, independent will come. So like you have seen two events A and B are disjoint. I'm repeating this. So probability of A intersection B is 0. Disjoint means mutually exclusive. And two events A and B are independent if probability of A intersection B will be PA into PB. So again, I'm saying both are different things. Okay. Disjoint and independent are two different things. They are not related. So this is also one concept. Okay. So are we writing one question? So let me write one question. Yeah, the question is, a box contains 6 nails and 10 nuts. So a box contains 6 nails and 10 nuts. Half of the nails, half of the nails and half of the nuts are rusted. If one item is chosen at random, if one item is chosen or selected at random, what is the probability that it is rusted or it is? So what is the probability that it is rusted or it is a nail? Okay, so try this question. So what is the probability? So a box contains 6 nails and 10 nuts. Half of the nails and half of the nuts are rusted. If one item is chosen at random, what is the probability that it is rusted or it is nail? So how many total items are there? 6 nails and 10 nuts, and half are rusted. One item you take. Okay, so number of element in sample space, you have total 16 items, and how many are rusted? So rusted, if you count, so 3 plus 5, 8 are rusted. Okay, and nails you already know there are 6, and nuts there are 10. So they ask you, so let me call it E as, they ask you probability of rusted or nails. So E is rusted, and F event I name nails. So what they ask you, it is probability E union F they asked, or means union. So you know the formula, you apply this.
73/80.
Okay, so let me see, probability of E plus probability of F minus probability of E intersection F. Okay, so E means rusted. How many rusted items are there? Eight, and total are 16. F means how many nails are there? Total.
Six.
So probability will be 6 upon 16 minus E intersection F. Rusted nails. So how many nails are rusted?
3.
3, half, है ना? So 3 out of total 16. Probability will contain out of. So see what happens. You check this. But 11 upon 16. So this is the answer. 11 upon 16 is the answer. Yes. So this is the answer. This is just basic problem on this formula. It was a problem on this formula. So more problems we'll do in next class. So time has already passed. So we'll see more problems in the next class. So again, in the next class we'll have problems based on this formula, what we have done today. Okay, so any doubt? So I will share this PDF with all of you guys. Okay, fine then. That's all for today, and thank you.
सर आपने प्रीवियस पीडीएफ में पल्लवी मैम को भेजा था?
नहीं, एक्चुअली उसमें थोड़ा हमने ब्लैक वो लिया था बैकग्राउंड, तो उसका अच्छे से पीडीएफ बना ही नहीं एक्चुअली, क्योंकि वो इसलिए मैंने आज व्हाइट रखा है, तो उसका पीडीएफ नहीं बना पाया। मैं फिर भी कोशिश करता हूँ जितना हो सकता है, आई विल सेंड देम। ओके,
यस सर।
ठीक है, तो आज का मैं भेज दूंगा। ठीक है, ठीक है फिर। ओके, टेक केयर, बाय।